Hey everyone, welcome to In Your Release of the Week. Today we'll be playing / reviewing Off-Peak. Off-Peak is a first-person interactive game made by Cosmo D, the indie designer who also created Saturn V, if you're interested in more of his work. After playing this game, it's fair to say that peak stands for peculiar, eccentric, aberrant and, a keyword that I'll leave open for your own interpretation, as I couldn't find a fitting word starting with the letter K to define awkwardness. And Off-Peak you are, well, I don't know, following the game design I suppose you must look somewhat like this, because basically everyone in this game looks like Stevie Wonder or Snoop Dogg, but you can be anyone you like, since you'll never get to see your own face, so use your imagination. Game starts off at a sign that says the citywide subway service has been suspended and shows you some alternatives to get to your traveling destination. Since both swimming and rowing are way too exercising, your character decides to blatantly ignore the sign and start looking for a train ticket. Fortunately for us, there's a guy who had a train ticket sitting right in front of the sign, but for unknown reasons he decided to cut it into pieces and throw them all away at the most random places in the railway station. While most people with a healthy mind would leave it at that, you decide to go and look for the missing pieces of paper anyway. I sure love collectathons. But before I go further, I decide to eavesdrop on this conversation. According to Preacher Girl, it's time to make a change. At first I thought these people were revolting against the guy who owns this train station, but when I took a closer look at this woman, I knew that they were actually Scottish freedom fighters who jumped right out of a Mel Gibson movie. The security in this place is airtight though. Look at them, chilling out there while the masses are plotting a riot. Your boss is gonna fire you. Even these nuns are wearing creepy matrix glasses and keep staring at you like they can jump up anytime, rip out your intestines and strangle you with them. But then again, common sense is not so common these days. And if you like matrix porn, there's that too. At the entrance of the train station, I stumble upon the first ticket piece. It seems like you'll have to collect a lot of them. Upon entering the station, a few things jump right into my mind. First of all, the jazz music makes for a relaxing atmosphere, but at the other hand, it disturbs me to no end how many horror references there are on this station. There's people having skulls in their hands, skulls with tails, 3 skulls, skulls with targets on them, and people popping their eyeballs out the scroll, to name a few. Also, I think it's time to drop that bass. There's also this game cafe where, according to the owner, only giants are allowed to drink for free. Well, not only the giants anyway, since everything in this game appears to be free. Feeling hungry? Grab a slice of pizza, free of charge. Or, while you're at it, why not take all of it? After doing some thorough research, I find out that this dude is currently holding the Guinness World Record for eating a whole pizza in just 41.31 seconds. He's probably American. Eat that, Pete. These guys seem to have some trouble finishing their pizza. Why not help them? Oh, so you're gonna call security? What? These guys? I bet these guards only had 2 favorite subjects in high school, lunch and recess. So, let's borrow some more stuff. Remember, it's not stealing as long as you don't get caught. Back to the pub where I eavesdrop on even more lengthy unnecessary conversations that go absolutely nowhere, except for this woman who apparently likes to play with herself. A lot. But seriously, she's just sitting there, staring at the chair in front of her. That can only mean a couple of things. Her playmate is either invisible, taking a pee, or too busy dropping a bass somewhere, or she's just plain retarded. I think I go with the last option. After reaching the top of the station, which has a pretty nice view to say the least, I conveniently get teleported all the way to the ground floor again. That actually startled me more than my whole Evil Within playthrough ever did. Especially these 2 fellows right there. How do they even do it? Is one of them a midget or something? Or are they doing some sort of weird acrobatics? I guess it will remain a mystery forever. All of a sudden, on one of the higher levels of the train station, I meet this guy grooving with some cows. Especially this specimen drew my attention for reasons that are obvious. I mean, it's not every day you get to meet a tiki cow. So this guy runs the place. I don't even know what to think about that. He looks really cool with these hired thugs scattered around him. but the smell of cow dung was way too intense to stay there and listen to how much he loves himself. With my ticket finally in one piece, and after making sure I've stolen pretty much everything that wasn't glued tight, it's time to take my big escape on the train that should actually be suspended, but hey, ignorance is bliss. But right upon entering the train, shit hits the fan. The big boss shows up and says the train ticket belongs to Luke. For your information, Luke is the guy who told me about the train ticket in the first place. But does that even matter? It also turns out the boss wants me to give back everything I've borrowed from those merchants if I want to avoid getting beaten up by his army of P-Jacks. Luckily for us, Buddha shows up and saves us from a certain 9-to-5 job by dramatically yelling, "Wait!" The big boss, so much impressed by this sudden intervention, replies with a stone cold "Okay," and before long we appear on a rowing boat that awkwardly enough can be handled by only paddling at one side of the rudder. How does Buddha do it? Miracles, duh. While on the boat, suddenly a text appears saying, "The circus welcomes you." That is just great. I'm getting so excited about this next part. What can we expect at the circus? Will there be clowns, or crocodiles, or stunt doubles of myself driving a motorcycle through a ring of fire? No, none of all that. In fact, you'll never even reach a circus because unfortunately, you've reached the end of the line. Game over. That immediately brings me to the biggest flaw this game has. It is way too short. In my life I have played lots and lots of games, and I've certainly had my share of short games, but half an hour of gameplay, even for an indie game, really doesn't suffice. And did I mention before that this game is really awkward? It drops you in a subway station, filled with horror references, where you're the only person that actually moves around. The jazzy soundtrack gives you a pretty relaxed feeling, and is pretty decent as a whole, but it only adds to the fact that this game is facing a serious identity crisis. The question that presently arises in my head is this one: which way did the creator want to go with this game? The whole thing gives me such an undefined impression it actually hurts. Oddly enough, I did enjoy the game, because it was a nice break from the serious games I'm playing at the moment. If you like to relax for a bit and take a little breather from an action-packed game, or you're just a person who likes weird stuff, then this game is the thing for you. If you're looking for a longer and more serious experience, you probably already clicked away from this video by now. So if you're still watching this, you are indeed one heck of an awkward person. A peculiar, eccentric and aberrant one at that. Okay, thanks, bye.